Hey, welcome into the Papa Drew's RV show. Tonight we have two huge special guests. But before I bring them on, I have a surprise. Due to the awful crud that's going on, we had to make some alterations to my grill. So, yeah, we shaved it off so my mask will fit. So coming in first, you know them, you love them. They give a lot of money to the vets. They help them out. They have a lizard named Scout who just turned 2. Here they are, Wayward Waggs.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having us, Drew.
Hey, love you guys, man. Now, the man with the most, the guy who drives from coast to coast, gives you the best videos, and has an awesome singing voice. You love him. You know him. He's Mr. IPA Traveling Robert.
Hello, everybody. Cheers.
Hey, Rob, how's it going? Cheers.
Let's see if
Hi, how are you guys doing?
There we go. Is that better?
There we go.
You like that or do you like this?
We'd have to scoot in.
All right, so let's do this. All right, here we go.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, so that works. So here's the format. We're going to tell jokes.
Yeah.
They're clean jokes. They're funny jokes. And the other team who laughs, they lose a point. The person who makes them laugh gets a point. But in between jokes, we'll just ask some questions. So I'll ask a question, we'll tell a joke. I'll ask a question, we'll tell a joke. And we'll make this a fun night. We're going to forget all about the creepy crud that's going on. We're going to entertain everybody, and we're just going to have a great time. So, Wayward Waggs, you're always a guest on the show. We're going to start off with Traveling Robert. We'll get him to go first.
All right.
And let's see. First question, Robert.
Yeah.
You have driven the country and shown us some epic videos and stuff. My question is, what is the worst road in America?
Oh, that road going just west of Yuma, going into it's some BLM area, and there's a center of the world there too. It's in California. I forget the name. That's by far the worst. Now, worst interstate has to be I-10, just west of Lafayette, around west of the Mississippi River. What's it called? West of Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Really bad?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's your first joke, Robert? Fire away.
Oh, I'm not a really good joke guy, but I got a website here that has a bunch of jokes. When I accepted the challenge, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. But when is a door not a door?
I don't know.
When it is a jar. Okay, you guys laughed. I'm not good at this, so thank you for laughing.
That's my wife and kids in the background. We're all sheltering in place.
Just in case you don't know, Robert, I am a laugher. I laugh.
All right.
Everything. Nothing is too serious for me, so this is going to be super difficult.
If we lose, it's going to be because of him.
So I'm trying really hard not to laugh. It's not that the stuff ain't funny. I'm just really trying not to laugh.
All right.
All right, Dustin Leslie, Wayward Waggs, awesome. What was the main reason why you decided to give up your bricks and sticks and go full time in your RV?
You want to take it?
Well, our jobs were killing us. We weren't happy.
Okay.
That's the broad answer. Yeah, but we just wanted to get out and explore. I did 20 years in the service as an Army medic, and spent 20 years. I spent all my adult life defending the country, and I'm like, well, now I want to go see it.
Okay, cool. That's a great answer. What's your first joke? Go ahead and hit us.
All right, so it's kind of like a story joke. So yesterday I was walking down the street, and not really, because I'm social distancing. This is just make believe. So I saw this poor old lady. She fell down the stairs and hurt herself. Well, I assume she was poor. She only had $3 in her wallet.
Stone face. Yeah, Robert just chiseled.
Yeah,
He's not even budging on this.
You gotta get the sound effects going, man.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Did I lose a point for laughing at my own joke right there?
You go into the negative. What What IPA we got tonight, Robert?
Oh, this is a Centennial IPA from Founders. They're in Michigan, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. So out of all the places that you've traveled throughout your times, Robert, doing all this stuff, what is the one most memorable place that sticks out in your mind?
Well, my all-time favorite is always the Grand Canyon, North Rim, South Rim. It doesn't matter which rim you go. And I've been there 3 or 4 times, and definitely it's one of those places that whenever I go back, it's never like the first time, but whenever I go back, I'm like, wow, this is real. And you can take all the pictures you want. It's never gonna look the same as there in person. You know, your mind, your brain cannot comprehend the distance, the grandeur of it.
Yeah, exactly. We went to the Grand Canyon with the kids, and it's like somebody took a paintbrush and just painted. It is just so amazingly beautiful there.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, let's make them laugh.
All right, I got another one. Let me. It's an Italian chef has died.
That's sad.
He passed away.
Yeah.
He passed away. All right, that wasn't that great.
Good. Good. This is so tough because I'm sure, I hope anyway, that people in the chat room are laughing
Yeah.
because it feels like we're just on here and just crickets. So it's kind of like you're a stand-up comedian and you're up there getting no laughs.
No laughs.
Yeah. But I'm new to this StreamYard thing. Can you see this chat on the StreamYard? No, right?
No, you have to get into you have to like go
open another window and mute it, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Let me do that.
We're not as high tech as everybody else here. Okay.
Yeah.
Dustin and Leslie,
Yes.
you have had bad experiences at a park before. What have you changed? Right. What have you changed to avoid the epic flood that you've encountered?
Well, we always have a checklist for when we're setting up and tearing down, so we don't mess anything up. And we probably would have done that anyway. But I have a brain injury, so I have short-term memory issues. But in the middle of the night, it's really not that much of an option. So I would just say, the thing that has gotten good for us now is just repetition on setting up and tearing down. So now, if we didn't have, that happened very early on. We were only a couple months into full time, and when that happened, we got flooded out of an RV site in Branson at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And first time hooking up in the dark, first time hooking up in the rain, and it's flooding, and EMS is out there saying, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And so it's a lot of pressure. You don't have your checklist. So we broke a few things.
Yeah.
But now just repetition of hooking up on moving days. I think we would be better at it now. But even if it happened right now, you still aren't going to have time to use your checklist. So I think just practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we would forget nearly what we forgot anymore.
Prior proper planning prevents. That was the wife. I've ingrained it into her head. So go ahead and fire off your joke. Let's make Robert laugh.
All right. So I'm so bad at math. If I had a nickel for every time I failed a math exam, I'd have $5.62.
Okay. $5.62. I'm really bad at math, so I.
Me too.
That's a laugh. You got him.
All right.
Okay, Robert, you've gone everywhere and done everything. It's been epic videos, man. You put out some great
not
content.
quite yet, but I've
And you're a super nice guy. I mean, really, you are a very nice guy and genuine.
Thank you.
What is the best food you've ever eaten on the road?
Oh man, I have some really good barbecue in Texas. But the best food I've eaten on the road is actually a ribeye steak I bought in Buc-ee's in Texas. I bought it and I cooked it myself, just salt and pepper, and that thing was amazing. The best ribeye steak I've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't gone to a Buc-ee's yet. Well, someday.
Oh, you gotta go to a Buc-ee's.
It's not right now. Just give it a few months before you try.
All right, Robert.
Joke, right? Joke time.
Yes, sir.
Well, Sue in the chat just told me to say Uranus, and you would laugh.
That's it. You just got him to laugh.
I can't. It's normally her. It's normally her.
I've been practicing.
That doesn't count as a joke, man.
That was it, man. It's a tie score. Dustin,
There you go.
do you want to expand and let Robert know why Uranus is so funny?
And if I even snicker, the floodgates are coming up. I already lost the point. I might as well just laugh it up, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe you laughed.
I can't believe you didn't.
I've been practicing my stone cold face. I'm ready.
Man.
Why is that so funny to you guys? Tell the story.
We traveled through a place in Missouri, and they have this little rest area, and it's not really a town, but they call the little village there
They've made it their town.
Uranus, Missouri.
Yeah.
They renamed it, so it's like this. It's like they have a fudge shop.
They do.
And they have a bunch of different novelty stuff. I mean, there's a guy there. His job, he's a professional fudge packer.
Okay.
Robert, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You've never been.
I got the mental picture now, so it's
Yeah.
so good.
So what do you do for a living? I'd rather not say.
If you haven't checked out Wayward Wags, that video is epic.
Mm.
It is a place that you
I'm gonna check it out.
You must stop there if you drive through.
And it is amazing how much we've been able to inject that Uranus humor into our videos. And it never gets old. Never gets old.
Yeah, I think I heard you mention it in one of your recent videos. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the joke because I didn't know that I didn't have the background story.
Wow.
That was
Oh, man, cool. That's cool.
that
I got
was
a
an
bit.
easy one. Okay, Dustin and Leslie,
Here we go.
where is
Great.
one of the places that you really want to see?
West.
Yeah, anything in the West.
We've never been out west. We like I said, I was in the military for 20 years. They never stationed us out west. The farthest west we were ever stationed was Oklahoma.
Mhm.
I mean, we were stationed in Hawaii, but I'm talking about like continental,
Continental,
the lower
yeah.
50. So we want to go everywhere out there. We've never seen it. We've seen it on Robert's videos. We've seen it on your videos out in Quartzsite. We've seen it on a bunch of different people's. But just like we've seen in our videos when we're making our videos, the camera doesn't do any of it justice. You have to go see it. So we are just excited to go west, anywhere.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, West is cool. I'm excited to go east.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
yeah,
done with west, and I want to go the other direction.
Mhm.
Well, right now we'd be excited to go anywhere.
Yeah, really.
Tell me about it.
We just want to
So-
get out of here, man.
I'm going to try something new tonight. I've never tried this before, but my wife went and bought Italian beer,
Oh, Peroni.
and I have never tried it. So I'm Italian. We're going to try some of this, and
All right.
No, cheers.
cheers, salute. It's not bad. Usually I'm a Guinness drinker, but tonight we're doing
Ooh, really?
I like Guinness. This was the first St. Patrick's Day that we didn't dress in green and drink Guinness, which is like
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, we need a do-over.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
I feel a big do-over coming. Maybe in Quartzsite we can all dress green and have a do-over.
Let's do
That
it.
would be fun.
I mean, yeah.
That would absolutely be fun.
Mhm.
All right, Dustin, Leslie, it's your shot. Go get
All
them.
right. Brace yourself. A cannibal came home to the family dinner and he was late. So he got the cold shoulder.
Okay, that's good.
I think the score is tied up here.
I don't know,
That
man. I'm gonna have to up my game here.
Let's see. Robert's question. Let me think real good. If you could go to any country in the world to go traveling in your RV, what country would you pick and why?
Ooh, good question.
Australia.
Ooh.
Lots of stuff can kill you in Australia, Robert.
Yeah, I know. I've read that book too, but you know, it's like the unexplored country. You know, and I want to like drive cross country Australia, not just like the eastern part. Just I mean, it's the size of the United States, but nothing in between. So that's kind of like
Yeah.
has its appeal.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That would be real. That'd be a neat video to make a good series too.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be really sweet. Okay, Robert, go ahead and get them. It's tied
All
up.
right. What did hold on? Sorry. What did the triangle said to the circle?
I don't know.
You're pointless.
See, I kind of laugh because it makes everything like tie in. So you want to feel like,
Yeah.
And hey, if you're in the chat, throw some LOLs, some
Yeah.
laughy emojis. Let us know if we're doing good here.
Yeah, let me check out the
Yeah.
we got some good jokes in the chat room too.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah, they tell jokes back and forth. That's cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and feel free to read them off. We're high speed, low drag over here.
Yeah.
Now we want to know where our poo hats are.
Oh, we're not wearing the poo hat.
We're not
No,
putting on the food. We have great subscribers, Robert, like you do, and they sent us presents and they sent us poop hats.
Okay.
And
That's cool.
it's a little different. I have a major
Yeah.
problem with any black tank that I ever touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
have,
they send me pelicans, I guess. Yeah, poo hats. It's
Yeah.
what's the can you what's the story with the black tank?
oh gosh. Well, we went to I'll give you a long story short. Don't ever trust the buttons on the black tank. The valve was leaking. I asked my wife if it was empty, and she said it was. I pushed the button. It said it was empty, so I went to remove the valve, and it wasn't empty.
Not empty.
And I was underneath the RV, and it came down, and you had to finish the job. Yeah, that was.
No, I guess the moral there is don't trust your sensors ever.
No,
No.
those guys.
That was the worst that I've ever experienced, other than the volcano. That's a different story.
Yeah, we don't-
Yeah, we're not going to go into the volcano. Dustin Leslie, traveling with pets. Why did you pick Scout?
Well, for those who don't know, Scout is our bearded dragon, and he travels everywhere with us full time. Actually, up here above the TV, you can.
Yeah.
It's covered up right now, but Leslie built a built-in habitat above the TV there. That's where he sleeps. He's free range all the rest of the time. But we had a bearded dragon before, and while we were in the planning phase of full-time RV living, so we had already
Planning
started
to bring her.
Yeah, we planned to bring her. Sadly, she had an ovarian tumor that ruptured. We didn't know about. It was very sudden, and she passed away. And so
Wag felt that our beardy time was not over.
yeah,
That I should be open to looking at some, and I did not want to go to the reptile show, but we did, and I fell in love with him, and he was the very last beardy in the whole show that we looked at.
yeah. So it was meant to be. And Scout turned 2 on April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
And he got a shout out.
He did, and he got some yummy worms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So they travel around, Robert, with their bearded dragon Scout in a habitat right behind them. It's really neat.
Oh, really?
And he's got a huge following. He goes out and he's fearless. He goes out and he hunts for birds.
Yeah, he's scared of her.
All right, go ahead and hit him with a joke.
All right, I'm going to incorporate Leslie in this one. I don't know if any of you out there know, we haven't talked about it on our channel, but Leslie used to be addicted to the hokey pokey. Luckily, she turned herself around.
Robert's face. He just. Okay. Oh, it's time for a drink, Robert.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's make it a drinking game better.
We can.
Oh man.
Good
Oh
time.
gosh. So you are an ambassador to Winnebago. Congratulations. That is
That's a new thing. Yeah.
that is really cool. What are some of the features that you're really impressed on the new Winnebago? What do you like the most about it?
Well, I like the ground clearance is like really high. It has like this lift kit and the all-terrain tires. Since but the plan was to go to Alaska this summer. That's kind of like we'll see now. but yeah, that's from the stock trailer without any modifications. That's what I like the most.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I wanted that one trailer, and it's very similar to the one that I had. So it's not like a big learning curve or anything like that. It's just a little more sturdy.
Right. You go in, you feel comfortable because you've already kind of been in the other trailer.
Yeah.
You're used to going into the other trailer. It's just more beefy. You can go more places.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Go ahead and hit him with a joke. Let's see if you can make Leslie laugh.
I don't know. So someone from the chat sent me to this website. So I'm just kind of winging it here, as you know.
Cool.
What do you call a pig that does karate?
I don't know.
A pork chop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I win.
I almost laughed on that.
Oh, that's a mic drop. All right.
I drop. All right.
I'm laughing on the inside.
Are you?
But
Okay.
Just hold back.
yes.
So, Dustin, you guys are kind of new in your RV. You're getting used to everything, settling into your house.
Yeah, about 6 months.
What gear do you think you need to make your life more comfortable? If you had money was no object, what would you get to make your life more comfortable in your RV?
If money were no object,
A bar.
Yeah. We went to the Houston RV show, and we went into an RV that had a bar, like a built-in
God,
bar.
it was such a cool bar.
It had its own TV. You could store your liquor.
It had the rails that hold your bottles.
It was
in.
super cool. I think it was the Columbus. I don't know.
might have
It
been a
was
Columbus.
really cool.
Awesome.
And I don't know. I like Jim from Sweet Travels. I like his big truck. You know, his setup he's got going on there, and I like his and Aaron's fifth wheels. They're mobile suites. Those are just awesome.
The full, Aaron's got a full house, and Jim's got a. For right now, he's shopping. He's looking for a toy hauler. So those people that we're talking about, for people that are new into the chat, Jim is with Sweet Travels, and Aaron is with Jonesing to Travel. And they did a giant meetup with us, Robert, with me down in Quartzsite. And what happened was Jim's real heavy into the toter truck community. So all of a sudden we had like 50 toter trucks with big fifth wheels, and everybody showed up, and we were truly blessed. And it's humbling. You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And to have everybody show up like that. And it was really neat to see all the big trucks there.
Yeah.
Matter of fact,
That's cool.
I think Angie fell in love with sitting in Jim's truck.
They're really cool. They're cool trucks. Man.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
toter
I
trucks
drive
were
one.
awesome.
I just want to drive one just because I feel like a trucker. Yeah. But I have to have a CV. I have to have a CV so I could I'd have to have my handle. I don't know.
I'm scared to ask, but what would your handle be?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure that everyone has probably great ideas for what our handle should be.
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hear them in the chat. Put the handle in the chat, because that'll be very interesting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank God I have moderators. Go ahead and make them laugh.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Is it my turn?
Your turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
My dad recently died because he couldn't remember his blood type. He kept trying to encourage us by saying be positive, but it's gonna be so hard without him.
Be positive. Oh man, I almost ripped my head. All right, that was.
I think it's 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're doing 3-2 here.
You're keeping score, right? Because I lost track.
Yeah,
of everything.
this is. I'm hoping that everybody's laughing as much as we are, and that's kind of why we're doing this.
Oh, Frank Furter. That's a good handle.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to elaborate on that. Channel.
Oh, the chat's going fast.
Rambling Uranus.
Rambling Uranus.
Hauling Uranus. All right.
You can just come up with new stuff all the time.
I could just see the stickers for that on the back of the RV. Robert.
Yep.
You have bought a ton of equipment. You've been sponsored by a bunch of great people. What equipment that you bought before you got sponsored by everybody did you think that you absolutely needed, but found out I didn't. Why did I get this?
Something that that's a tough one. Pretty much I've used everything. Oh, I'm trying to think. Something that I haven't used the generator as much as I thought I was gonna use it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, we haven't really either.
I try not to use it. I mean, it's noisy. It bothers the neighbors. It's like, I try not to use it. But that's the one thing that I've used maybe 5, 6, 7 times since I've been traveling.
Right. Okay. I know we bought a bunch of stuff that it never got on the air with us because I bought it and I'm like, ooh, this could be really cool. And then I'm like, well, you know what? It was just a waste of $40.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's a lot of other stuff that I'm sure, but I can't think of it right now.
Huh. Time for a drink.
Yeah, time for a drink. Yeah. By the time we're done, I'll forget everything.
We're all gonna be laughing.
I'm gonna need a beer assistant.
Yeah,
all right. Robert, go ahead.
Okay, let's say you're like an astronaut, like John Glenn. What would be your favorite part of your computer?
I don't know.
The space bar. Okay, that was pretty bad.
Good.
I think it's just some of the facial expressions that make it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like holding my breath.
He is.
Yeah.
I'm no longer self-conscious.
See me tip over because I held my breath too long, trying not to laugh.
Oh man.
All right, Dustin and Leslie. If you could, I'm trying to think of a good question that people want to know. If you could stay, would you, okay, here's the question. Since everything that's going on right now, would you consider buying a RV pad that you're full-time living in there and you've had a lot of hard times trying to get into a park and had to cancel a lot of reservations? Has this changed your mind about full-time living?
I don't think it's changed our minds about full-time living. I mean, we've done some research online. There's places to stay. I mean, you're never going to be without a spot.
Yeah,
unless,
it may not be your ideal spot.
Unless it just got super, super crazy, out there. But that's a possibility. It could eventually get like that, or some new, different kind of thing could hit that makes it way worse. But for now, I don't think so. I think that's going to be an option later.
Yeah.
Like when we get toward, the end of our full-time RV, we will probably buy a pad somewhere and park there for most of the year or the winter. And then summers we'll travel and then go back to our pad. So that could be an option. But I think I definitely want a pad with a little bit of space. I don't want it to be jammed in. I want a pad with a little space and a pad with maybe like a little shed or maybe like a small living space. Because you see those places that have like the little houses next to the RV. So you have like a little living space where you have like a washer dryer, like a little shed type thing. And then you got your pad. So something like that maybe.
Okay. Go ahead. And I know a lot of people have started like talking to Diary of a Family and all those guys, some of the other YouTube creators out there that I'm friends with. A lot of their thought pattern has kind of changed of, we maybe need to buy a little piece of property, put some cement down on it and a dump tank just to have that peace of mind. So I know a lot of people are kind of reconsidering some of their living in their RV, which
it would be nice to have at this time right now. I don't
think it's a terrible idea.
No.
I wouldn't discourage anybody from doing that by any means. I mean, I think it's a good idea if you have the money and the resources to do that. And I'd say that's probably a good idea. But I don't think we have come across a place yet that we love enough to buy a spot yet.
Yeah.
And through our travels, we hope to find a place where it's like this could be a place where we could spend 6 months out of the year.
Right. That magical place.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's make Robert laugh. But first, it's time to drink.
No, okay. So I refused to believe that my road working father was stealing from the job, but when I got home, all the signs were there.
Okay. Oh,
I
that's
think,
nice.
I think we're at 4-3. Where points don't really matter.
No,
It's like what was that one?
That's
thing
like
show?
on Whose Line Is
Whose Line
It
Is It?
Anyway?
Right. You get a
Like-
million points. Points
Yeah.
don't matter right now. Whatever.
yeah.
We're just having a great time.
Yeah, the more we drink, the less the points will matter.
we might have to make a Costco run during this.
Yeah. No, I started early. I started with my own live stream 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was epic. That was a great.
Yeah.
You do the best live streams. So, Robert,
Yeah.
you have had a YouTube channel for how long now, sir?
Oh, this particular channel, almost 10 years.
10 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. Mhm.
What-
Yeah,
what-
it was a hobby for a long time. A few people watching, and eventually, it started to
To grow.
people started to watch.
Yeah. What made you jump into the YouTube game?
Well, TV production is what I went to school for, basically. So I never quite worked in the industry. I didn't like the whole, working at a TV station, and it's not as easy as it looks. In not technically, but like the politics and what you have to do to work there. So eventually I just got an office job, and I've been doing that for forever. And one day, one of my videos started taking off, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should pay more attention to this YouTube hobby. And eventually, it got where it is right now.
Right.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
And that was what video was the one that took off? Was that the Driving to the West?
No, that was a much earlier than that. It was a California road trip before I had an RV, actually.
Right.
And actually, when I got the RV and I really narrowed down on the RV niche, that's when people really, started. Before it was just a general, travel channel.
You had long curly hair back then.
Yeah, I had
On
the
that
long hair.
video,
Yeah,
I remember
Yeah.
watching that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to go back and watch some of this.
It's really, that was a really cool video. So go watch
Mhm.
that.
yeah,
That fun
was-
video.
Mhm.
So Robert, go ahead and let's see if we can make them laugh.
Oh man, but hold on, because I lost my. How do you make a Venetian blind?
I don't know.
You poke him in the eyes. All right, got you guys now.
You're turning red.
He's turning red.
What's the time limit? How long do I have to wait?
Oh, is he sweating? Leslie, is he glistening over there?
Yes.
He's glistening.
That was fun.
You were so red.
That was funny. Oh man.
So, Dustin and Leslie, we've met a lot of people being prior service members.
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you find that the YouTube or not the YouTube community, because that's a great community too, but the fan base and the subscriber base is kind of on par of what you're had in the military? You see what I'm saying?
Well, we have a ton of our community that are military.
Yeah.
We get messages and emails and comments almost daily about how much people appreciate what we do for the veteran community. How we honor veterans at the end of our videos and how we give back to the community. So that's just awesome. And we get to hear stories about their service. We get to hear stories about, what branch they served in, what they did, their family members who served, people who, and almost everybody, really almost everybody has some kind of connection to the military.
You either were in it or somebody in your family, somebody you love has served at some point in time.
So almost everybody has been like, whether they're served themselves or not, they're just like, we really appreciate what you're doing.
They either have a father, mother, brother, sister, niece, nephew, cousin, somebody they know is in the service.
Right. And today we had a conversation of people across the street from the RV park, right? You usually would go up and chat with them and be friendly and social and stuff. And now you have to wave at a distance. And it kind of, I'm just a real social person, believe it or not, like a big teddy bear, usually with a giant goatee. And I love to see people smile. And it just kind of, it's hard right now, because you just want to walk over and just talk to the person across the campsite.
And it's really difficult for us because I mean we are because we're so tight knit with the military, and now we feel such a close connection with our YouTube community and all of our social media that when we meet people, we're huggers.
Yeah.
We want to hug people, we want to bring it in, man. But right now we're not able to do that, so it really stinks.
Yeah, that's tough. All right,
Yeah.
let's make Robert smile.
All right.
I have to prepare myself for this one.
All right, ready?
All
So yesterday I was asking Leslie which fast food joint she would like to see them put into outer space. And she said she would love to see Five Guys on Uranus.
Yeah, I knew Uranus had to come at some point, right?
Remember, all the hate mail to Wayward Waggs. It'll be in the description below.
Uranus had to be in there tonight, man. I had to do it.
Next, we're going to play scenes from a
I
hat.
don't know how appropriate that one was, but I still had to put Uranus in there somewhere. That's funny.
Had to do it.
Had to do it. Robert,
Yes.
when you travel like amazing, and you've done road trips like from Florida to Quartzsite in like 2 days,
Holy cow.
Not quite, but
real close. I mean,
Yeah.
you can really move when you have to get from one location to another. Would you rather boondock, or would you rather get into an RV park with full hookups if you had your druthers?
no, boondock anytime. Especially if I'm traveling like that. Yeah, I like the boondock.
Yeah. And you're
that-
set
that-
up now with all that solar on that great.
That's why I want to in an RV with relatively large tanks, and I want solar, and now the new RV has even lithium batteries, so that's even better.
Oh wow, cool.
Nice.
So yeah, if I'm traveling, like when I went on that trip from Miami to Quartzsite, it was like 5 days. Really, it wasn't from Tampa to Quartzsite, but every night I boondocked. I stayed one last night at an RV park to dump my tanks, and then I boondocked for another 5 or 6 days in Quartzsite. So that, yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's.
I like
weird.
the idea of being self-sufficient. Not having hookups and not that I don't like people. For sometimes being away from people is a good thing too. You'll get your solitude and your Arizona sunsets, and it's all good.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those Chorio cactus, those are really neat to look at.
Just to
There's
look
something
at, just to look. No, don't get close to those shoya cacti. I like the
expensive
saguaro are my favorite too.
Yeah.
Personally.
But
Yeah.
okay, so go ahead and hit him with your best shot.
Oh,
Fire
I wanted to talk about Switzerland. Like, what's the best thing about Switzerland?
I don't know.
I don't know, but the flag is a big plus.
You get it? The flag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flag is a big plus. I mean, I don't know what you like about Switzerland, but
It's time for a drink.
cheers.
Cheers.
That was tough. They're all tough for me. I'm a laugher, man.
I don't know. This is the first time I do this, by the way. I've never been like a
You're
joker.
doing great, man. And you know what? People are digging this. If
Yeah,
you're
I'm seeing the chat. Yeah,
Everybody's having a good time. Looks like I appreciate you guys throwing up the laugh emojis and the LOLs and all that stuff, because it makes us feel like you're laughing along with us. Otherwise, we're like just over here laughing randomly.
All right, Dustin and Leslie. At some point, I know you're park princesses, so you need your full hookups and your running water and everything. But we're going to try and break that. Are you open, or what is your fear about boondocking?
The biggest issue is the tanks.
Yeah, it's like I like the idea of being able to, but I can't go for very long. So that kind of will suck the fun out of doing it.
See, Robert has an advantage because he's a guy, and guys, we can take a shower with like a gallon of water, and so you can go forever with your gray tanks and your black tanks and all that stuff. But I got a wife who has to
Well, I gotta wash my hair,
My hair,
condition my hair, then your
and-
face, then your body wash, and I shave like 3/4 of my body, and you guys don't do that.
So like 2 showers and we're full, man.
Yeah, that's
shaved.
that's true.
I shaved.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, if he wants me to go au naturel, then I can probably knock out an extra 2-3 days.
Full hookups. We'll just
Yeah.
do full.
I can see where the boat's coming from.
Which reminds me, this past November, I was going to do the No Shave November, and she's like, 2 could play at that game.
Yep.
So I decided not to do No Shave November.
Nah, I can't do that.
All right, it's joke time.
Okay, here we go. I don't know if you know or not, but for a while there, Houdini, he would use trap doors in every single one of his shows. But it turns out it was just a stage he was going through.
The crickets. I think there's crickets.
Stage he was going through.
Wow. It's just crickets.
Oh, the chat seems to be having a good time, but
Yeah. Robert, are you having a good time?
Having a great time.
I'm having a good time. Yeah,
It's definitely different.
Yeah.
This is very, very different than what everybody's used to.
Yeah.
Okay. You got the ultimate boondocking trailer right now. Beefy tires, raised up. Where's one of the places you want to take? Where do you want to christen that off-road?
Well, I was gonna do the Dalton Highway in Alaska, but that may not happen now. So I don't know. I mean, we're going to Quartzsite in January, so sounds like a good place to do it.
To christen that?
Yeah.
Break it in? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to be up in Quartzsite, so maybe we can meet up
Yeah.
out there. I would absolutely buy you that beer. That IPA.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll get some good IPAs and
Some pizza at the pizza place up there. I heard it's really good.
I haven't been to that. What pizza place?
I can't remember the name. There's only like one pizza place up there. It's by that big dump station that's out there. So you can have
By
pizza and
the pizza
things.
shop. Yeah, I mean, there's one pizza place, one barbecue place, one steakhouse. In Quartzsite, there's not a whole bunch of
Yeah.
variety. So,
If you're going to Quartzsite for cuisine, you're going to the wrong. That's the wrong town.
Yeah,
you
maybe
go there for the people. That's
day one.
enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's fire one off.
That's my turn.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I lost my. Okay, here we go. Let's say it's Jamaican hairstyle day at school tomorrow. You know what?
Okay.
I'm dreading it.
You can't look away from the camera.
Yeah.
No hiding under that hat.
That's funny. That's funny.
There it is. There's the laugh. All right. 6 million points to Robert.
All right. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, let's take a drink.
Let's take it. Okay. I'm gonna have to get one of the kids to get me a new beer.
Oh man.
I need a beer assistant. All right, Dust. Huh? Can you mind getting me one? Oh, it's awesome. My wife is getting me a beer. She's in the background listening to everybody.
Oh, cool.
Dustin and Leslie, tell us how you guys met.
High school.
High school biology class.
Yeah.
Oh, biology. So
Yes.
yeah, that's the oldest. Help me with my biology exam or something like that, right? Yeah.
I was a sophomore. She was a junior, and cheated off her papers.
He
pass the class.
rarely would show up to class, really. He'd show up just to take tests, and then I'd have to leave my Scantron. That's how old we are, Scantron.
Oh, Scantron, yeah. Remember this? Yeah.
And
I met
let
my
him-
wife in high school too, by the way.
Did you? Tell us the story, Robert, because you're not originally from the United States. So tell us that story. We want to hear that.
When I arrived in junior year at Miami High,
Okay.
And it wasn't in the middle of the year. The English teacher just gave us an assignment, and she was supposed to help me with my English because she had been here for much longer, and that's how we met. It was something about Charles Dickens, some book that I was supposed to read. Yeah.
Did we end up reading it?
Parts of it, yeah.
Cliff notes.
Cliff notes.
Yep.
Notes. Now they can just YouTube it.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome. All right, Dustin and Leslie, it's your turn to fire off a joke.
All right, this is a classic one right here, two-parter. So brace yourself for that.
All right.
So I had this idea for a movie plot where this retired CIA agent searches for his kidnapped daughter in Paris, but it turns out that idea was taken.
All right. Kidnapped daughter.
so-
I get it.
So I had another idea where the same agent is kidnapped with his wife in Istanbul. Turns out that one's taken too.
Okay. I like the first part better, but
Yeah, but the second one got crickets. It was hard to laugh on the second one, but I was just thinking how tasty this beer is.
Mm.
So I was distracted. Plus, I'm trying to read some of the comments here. We have some great people in the comments.
Yeah, the chat room is going. Yeah.
Yeah, the chat room is doing really, really well.
Mhm.
They're talking amongst themselves. They're having fun.
Amongst yourselves.
They're chatting amongst themselves. We love that. Okay, Rob. Well, I just asked you a question, pretty much where you met your lovely wife. So go ahead and fire off a joke.
Okay, I'm gonna take one from the chat room.
Okay.
People are using duct tape for toilet paper. It's called the wash and wax.
Oh. That's like a Brazilian.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
You just turned his joke into a joke.
There you go.
Remember, you can only get content like this on Papa Drew's RV.
Oh man.
No, you can make this stuff up, man.
Who was that joke from?
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, Lisa. Dustin, Leslie, we got about another 10 minutes left of this awesome chat here of live stream. So if you could go back and change one thing when you were buying your RV, or you knew something a little bit different when purchasing the RV, what would you tell new people who are buying their RV? What advice would you give?
I would say either do a ton of research about how to inspect an RV, or have someone inspect your RV for you.
Yeah.
Because the folks who sold us our RV,
Knew nothing about
bless
it.
their hearts, didn't know anything about it. And we at the time didn't know a whole lot about RVs either. So
Well, the mechanics of
yeah,
it and how to operate everything.
so we I think we knew more than the guy who was doing the
I
inspection,
think so too.
just because of all the research we did on
Yeah.
YouTube and different websites and stuff. So,
And you never put that in your video when it came out.
no, we didn't put that because it was a really quick inspection. They didn't really do a whole lot.
No.
I mean, the guy was probably 70.
He was old. He was an old guy.
I mean,
This is what you want, young people. Buy this.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure how to start the oven. And I was like, okay, well.
yeah. So I would say if you can afford it, get somebody to come out and inspect it, make sure everything's good. Get Aaron from Jones into Travel to go and inspect it for you if you're close to Aaron, and or just educate yourself.
Yeah.
But it turns out we didn't have a lot of problems.
No, but like with the auto leveling, I asked him if it would remember the height. So when we go back to reconnect, it'll just match up. And he's like, no, I don't think it can do that. And I'm
It
like,
does that.
it turns out it does it. So I don't really know how much he knew about the RVs.
Okay. James, I didn't mean to. Sorry about the old guy comment. I'm old myself. Go ahead and fire off a joke.
All right. This one's for you, Drew. How do you make a Marine laugh in his old age?
Oh, jeez. Ow.
Tell him a joke when he's young.
Tell him a joke when he's young.
It takes him that long.
It takes him that long to figure it out.
Okay.
Thanks. We don't eat crayons, not all of us.
I had to throw in a Marine joke for you, man.
Yeah, great. All right, so we got about 10 minutes left, and about the last 10 minutes of the segment, we usually give that to the guests so they can talk about stuff that they have coming up, future plans, kind of help everybody out here on the channel. There's a lot going on between all three channels. So, Robert, go ahead and take it away.
The future plans. Well, future plans are up in the air like they've always been. I mean, I used to make this huge elaborate plans only to find out that I was going to change them eventually. So now I just make like very broad plans. Like, yeah, Alaska. I still haven't given up on Alaska, but we'll see. If by May 30th it still looks like things are bad, then we're gonna do like the national parks of the north of the United States or something like that. That's the plan with the new trailer, and and travel as I do I'm not a full timer as you guys know, so travel 3 months at a time or 2.5, 3 months, and then spend a couple of months editing the videos, and then hopefully I'll see you guys in Quartzsite in January, and if all goes well, I might even try to go down to Baja. You do a little bit of Baja. I've never been down to Mexico in the RV, so
yeah, we're thinking about, just so you know, there's a bunch of us RVers and like the Traveling Pisces that are in here, Living Light RV, some of the other channels. We're thinking about doing a caravan into Baja. So if you're interested in something like that, going down into like San Felipe, Baja, down into that neighborhood. Probably after Quartzsite, more looking towards Easter, so people can meet up in Quartzsite. They can hang out in Quartzsite for a little bit. Easter comes, we get 2 weeks off for everybody, and then people like me that have to work and stuff head down into Baja. And if you're interested, we could talk off air or something like that.
Yeah, definitely, I'd be interested. I don't want to stay like a month in Baja, but a couple of weeks, that'll be cool.
I think that's what we're all looking at. So if the Waggs want to come down, they have hookups, but I don't know how good they are down in Baja. They're hit and miss down there.
Well, there's a couple of parks in San Felipe that I think are pretty good. I don't think they have like 50 amp, but they have like electrical like this, like
30 amp and stuff. Yeah.
30 amp.
Yeah. So Waggs, go ahead and you got any future plans going on?
We're going to go from the bedroom to the living room, and then we're going to go back to the bedroom. Now we're stuck in a pretty good place. We're in Jabama right now. So if you don't know, we're on Fort Benning, Georgia, but we're on their campsite, which is on the Alabama side of the Chattahoochee River.
Yes.
So we're on Fort Benning, Georgia, on the Alabama side. So we are living on the Eastern time zone, but living in the Central time zone. It's all very confusing.
It's so confusing.
Yeah.
So we're here now, but we're stuck in a good spot because there's lots of space out here. Lots of distance between RVs. So great for social distancing. We're out, doing campfires and hanging out and watching TV outside and listening to music. And so it's a good place to be stuck. There's wildlife all over the place, and deer and squirrel
everywhere,
and all kinds of cool stuff. Plenty of space to walk without running into people. So we got that going for us. At least we're not like stacked up in an RV park somewhere.
Yeah.
So that would have been pretty bad. But so we really don't know where we're moving to next.
No, our trip to Niagara Falls, we went ahead and we've canceled every reservation from here to Niagara Falls already.
Yeah, because that was the plan for the summer.
I just don't see Niagara Falls the first week of June a possibility. So that's out the door.
So we're going to wing it. When everything starts moving again, we'll start moving again. One of the other things that's going to potentially impact is, about once every 3 months, we give a donation to a veteran organization through a lot of the proceeds that we make through our YouTube and other social media platforms. We donate some of that back. And so we were going to be up in like Chattanooga, Tennessee area, and we were working on finding an organization up there. But we're down to now a couple of options, either finding somewhere really local, but we might not even be able to go and interview them and showcase their place the way we like to do. So we might just have to hold on to those funds and just extend it until everything opens back up, and then just give the next place even bigger chunk of money. So that's we're kind of bummed about that, because that's something that we really look forward to every 3 months.
Yeah.
Right. And I know that you're working on a big project behind the scenes with veterans of RV channels. So if anybody's a veteran out there and has an YouTube channel, Wayward Waggs would definitely love to hear from you. They're putting together a pretty epic thing for all the veterans and stuff to it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just in the planning phase right now, but if you're a veteran, if you're an RVer, we want to hear from you, because we want to get as many of those type of channels involved at first, and then we're gonna expand that to the viewers, into the community, to get involved once we get all that in place. And so it's going to be, raising some money for some veterans, but everybody that gets involved is going to get a little something back too. So it's going to be really cool.
And then Robert, during your live chat, you said something that really, it struck me as very, very cool. It's when you went out to your RV, you took out some lawn chairs, you sat down, you put the awning out, you had a couple cocktails, and you watched the sunset.
Yeah, we did that yesterday. Yeah.
And that is just epic. That stuck out during your live chat. I listened to every single word, and that stuck out the most. That was really cool. And people right now, while everything is going on, you can go out and do that. You can go out and spend the night in your RV. You can go get your loved ones. You can go sit by your RV, maybe have a game night. Do something, take your mind off of this, and just connect with people that you really love, and just tell them how much they mean to you. Because right now is a time for everybody to come together and kind of bond. And that's why we did this live stream it's not really a typical live stream that we would do. We all got together just to make everybody smile and laugh and have a good time. And that's what we're doing here.
Yep.
So
we hope everybody had a good time. We had a blast.
Yeah, this is fun. we got to do it again at some point.
Yeah, it was super great meeting you, Robert. I mean, not
same here.
As in person as we can get.
Yeah, man.
So
hopefully we'll cross paths.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure we will.
At some point, you were sort of heading down towards Robert.
We after Niagara Falls, the plan was to go down into Florida. We were going to hit the Super Show in Tampa in January. We're still planning to do that. That's the only planned reservation we have right now, is still for the Super Show in Tampa. But we will be heading down into Florida next winter.
Yeah, we'll see you then for sure. Then, because the Tampa show is like a pilgrimage at this point. I've been doing it for like 5 years in a row. Only 1 year I didn't do it. So
well, we look forward to seeing you down there.
Yeah.
And Robert knows some great tacos down there.
Awesome.
Some good food down in Florida down there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's some good stuff for sure.
Well, I want to thank everybody. You guys, thank you for doing this, Robert. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Thank you for having me.
You're always a gentleman and a scholar, and just such a nice guy. You really are.
Thanks.
So I want to say thank you very much.
No,
and the Wags, you guys are great. We're like brothers, Dustin and Leslie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, I got you whenever you need something, Robert. If you ever need anything, you can always reach out to me, and I'll help you out whatever you need. And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody who tuned in, because
for sure.
We do this for you. We don't do this really for us. I want to make everybody out there, and so does Robert, and so does Dustin and Leslie. We feel very humbled, and we want to make everybody out there laugh and have a good time, because we really, really do care about you.
Yes.
So that's why we do that. And I'm going to raise a glass to everybody that's watching.
Yep.
And say salute. And thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to end this like I always do by saying, and I really mean it, I love you, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate it. So take care. Be safe.
You too.